Hi, first graders. This is Conley. It should be Friday for you. So you should have already seen maybe your foundations lesson already. And today we are going to do another lesson about our tools unit. So last time we talked about using chef tools, all the tools that you would find in a kitchen. Okay. And then today we're going to talk about a different kind of tool. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, so stand by. Hope you're all having a fabulous day. All right, so here we go, lesson 3 with our tools. Okay, remember our learning targets, right? What we're hoping to accomplish, what you're hoping to get out of today's lesson. I can examine tools through close observation and drawing. Remember when we look closely and really notice everything about it? I can ask and answer questions about tools and how they are used. All right, let's get started. Don't forget our learning target poem to remind us of our learning target, what we're trying to do today. Think of the thing you desire to learn. Believe in yourself and your efforts will earn the ability to learn something new. Now take your aim at the target true. Right? Okay. So while you're home today, maybe if you have a brother or sister or your mom and dad are around, or if you have a stuffed animal or something like that, think with your partner, okay? Doesn't have to be, but just saying if you have a partner, what does it mean to examine? What does it mean to do a close observation of something? What does the word through mean? So examine, right? Thinking if you're examining a tool, you probably want to touch it, feel it, use it. If you're doing a close observation, you're really looking closely and noticing everything you can. Okay. Remember when we're in the classroom and even when you're watching Mrs. Whitcomb or myself, we listen with care and we look at the speaker so we can pay attention. All right, we have another tools challenge today. Okay, what do you see there? I see a measuring cup. We looked at a measuring cup yesterday, kind of like this one. I see some Unifix cubes. Whoops, just dropped a whole bunch of them. Right, got some cubes there. And then, what do I have there? Do you guys know what that's called? A calculator, right? It helps us add and subtract and do math problems. Calculator. Okay. All right, what do you notice about those tools? Notice about these? Is there anything you see that they have in common? What do you think? What do you wonder? What do you wonder? I wonder what Mrs. Conley is going to do today. I wonder how those tools are going to be used. I wonder if I will find these tools in my house. Okay, just all those little things you wonder and notice. Okay, remember we are examining tools through close observation and drawing. Okay, so if I'm doing a close observation of this, it's a measuring cup. It's red. Up, I see it's got a third. That's the measuring unit for this. It's got a little lip here so I can pour. If I like measure liquid, I can pour it easily. And it's kind of light. It's plastic. Those are all my noticings. What about my cubes? Well, I noticed that they're different colors. I noticed that I can build things with them. right? I can connect them together to make something. I wonder how I'm going to use this with the calculator. The calculator, I notice, well, it's blue, plastic, it's not very heavy. It's got lots of numbers on it and different functions. It's got a little solar panel there, right? And then I wonder, am I going to be punching numbers in this today? Am I going to be figuring out a math problem on this today? I don't know. That's what I wonder. Okay, so some of our word wall words for this unit. When we're asking and answering questions, some of those big question words. Who? When did it happen? How does that work? Where was it? What was it doing? And why? Why would I do that? Interesting. We're going to use those words a lot this year. That's how we are good investigators. Oh, we have an envelope. All right, your challenge today is to decide which rod is longest, which rod is shortest, and to prove it using the best tool for the job. So we have to find the longest and shortest, and we have to prove it. What does that mean? I need some kind of evidence, right? So I'm gonna have to show my thinking, right? So these are my rods today, okay? Got two different things. And how in the world do you think I can see which one is longest and shortest? Could I compare them like this? Not really, because I can't really see all of it together. Can I compare them like this? No, Mrs. Conley, that's not even close. Could I kind of lay them together like this so that these ends are together? I could do that. I could probably even do it this way too. So if I do it this way, what do you notice? Which rod would you say is the longest? Which one would you say is the shortest? Now, if I was going to figure out how long these were, what could I use? I want to see how long this is. Am I going to use a measuring cup to see tell me how long? It's in there? Not really. Not really. The calculator. How can I use this to tell me how long this is? What do you think? Can I punch in numbers and it'll tell me how long this is? Not really, right? So what about the cubes? Could I put cubes together and see how long it is? What do you think? Probably use my cubes if I have enough. See how long that first rod is. I may not have enough. But you should have cubes at home, right? You should have these in your backpacks that you keep in your backpack at home and then you bring back to school. Right? Could I kind of see? Oh, wow, that's getting pretty close. What else? What would be another great tool to see how long this is? What do you think? Can you write it in your notebook or your journal? Draw a picture. Up a little. What do you guys think? It's pretty close. Probably need to take these top two off. Okay, that's pretty close. So now, how many cubes would I say this is? Well, how are we going to find out? We have to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cubes long. Interesting. What about, ooh, wow, that worked out pretty well, friends. What about this one? How many cubes long is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this rod is 21 cubes long. This one was how many? Do you remember? It was 18 cubes long. So which is more, right? Which number's more? 21 is more, correct. 18 is less. So while you're home today, think about, do you have any questions about anything we just did? Any of these materials, any of the tools that we used? What are you wondering about this challenge? I'd like to hear your guys when you come back to school next week. What are you wondering? Is there a different tool I could have used? Could I have used it differently? And then which tool was the best for the job? Okay, so we did this already. We decided which item was the longest. We put the longest item in the top box. And we're not going to do this page, friends. This is just kind of wrapping up what we did. Prove which tool is longest and shortest. So we used the cubes. That was our best tool. All right, so what did you learn today, friends? If you have your notebook at home, while you're home today working, draw and label a tool that you learned about today. What did you notice about that tool? Okay, and I'm going to read a story to you now. Last time we read about chef tools, things we find in a kitchen or a restaurant. And then today, we are going to read about the math toolbox. Huh. So what do you think all those tools were that I just showed you a little while ago? The calculator, the measuring cup, and the cubes. Do you think they're all math tools? Well, let's find out, shall we? Okay, my math toolbox. Tools for this, tools for that. What is in my math toolbox? My math toolbox is filled with tools I use for math. See that? Got a measuring cup, all these different kind of measuring tools. I use my ruler to measure length. See how they're using it to measure how long something is? My ruler has inches on one side and centimeters on the other side. Different units of measure. Units, we'll get to that this year too in first grade. I use my calculator to add or subtract. I can punch in the numbers for 5 plus 3. But guess what, first graders? You should be able to do that, right? My calculator has buttons with numbers on it because we're talking about math. I use my measuring cups to measure amounts of water and flour. Who else used a measuring cup in the book we read before, the chef's tools, right? You have to measure the ingredients. My measuring cups hold different amounts. We have all these different amounts, a whole cup, a half of a cup, a third of a cup, all different amounts. I use my protractor to draw angles. Different kinds of angles or even shapes. My protractor helps me draw triangles. So it's nice and straight. and accurate. Can you match the tool to do the job? What do you notice there, friends? Well, for here, I would probably use the ruler, correct? And for this number problem, I'd probably use the calculator. All right, and then just like in the chef book, this is a nonfiction book, which means the author wrote it to give us information. So in a nonfiction book, it usually has an index at the back, and I can go find something specific that I want to read about again and find that page. I don't have to read the whole story again. So if I wanted to find out about the calculator, I could look on page 10 or 12. Okay, so lots of math tools. Okay. Thinking about our question words when we're trying to figure something out or learn something new. Okay. Who was using the tool? The children, we were. Where were we using it? When? What were we doing? We were trying different tools to see which one was the best job. How did we do it? Well, we had to touch it and we had to really look closely and observe and examine everything, right? And why did we do it? Well, we wanted to figure out which was longest and shortest, and we had to prove it. So we had to measure it using some kind of unit. And what was the unit we used? We used the cubes, right? Okay. So again, in your draft book, your journal, that will figure out your notebook that you're using at home that you bring back to school. Think about one of the tools we talked about today. You can even do more than one, right? Draw it, label it, and think about if you have any questions or wonderings about it. And then look around your house. Are there any other math tools that you use that we didn't talk about? See if you can come up with one. And then when you come back to school next week, let us know. Okay? All right, first graders. This is our first full week back in school. I hope everything's going really well with everybody. Don't forget to make sure when you're done with your work today to put all of your materials away, get tidied up, keep your stuff organized, get your backpacks ready for Monday. I bet it would help moms and dads a ton if by the end of the day, when you're done with all your work, everything's ready to go in your backpack. Remember, in your backpack, you need your mask, you need your charged Chromebook. Make sure it's charged, please. Make sure you have your math tools. Make sure you have your notebook that we use back and forth. Don't forget you need your water bottle, your snack, and your lunch, okay? And if you have any questions or moms and dads have questions, make sure they let Mrs. Whitcomb or myself know. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a fabulous weekend. Get outside and play. All right. Thanks, guys.